God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. This profound verse from the Bible's book of Genesis served as the divine inspiration for Michelangelo's The Creation of Adam. Can you imagine the sheer magnitude of the task? To capture the very moment of human creation, the divine spark, the inception of life itself. Michelangelo, with his genius and unwavering dedication, dared to take on this monumental challenge. But what secrets does this masterpiece hold? What hidden meanings lie beneath the surface of the fresco? How did Michelangelo manage to translate the divine act of creation into a piece of art that continues to captivate us centuries after its creation? The Creation of Adam was painted by Michelangelo between 1508 and 1512, under the patronage of Pope Julius II. The Pope commissioned Michelangelo to decorate the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel with frescoes. Under the ceiling, Michelangelo's breathtaking fresco, The Creation of Adam, comes to life. It captures a pivotal moment in biblical history, a moment of divine inception, where God breathes life into the first human, Adam. Michelangelo, with his unmatched artistic skill, has made this moment timeless. He has created a visual story that has crossed centuries and continues to captivate people even today. The Sistine Chapel, where this masterpiece resides, is located in Vatican City. It's a place that's rich with art. It's a treasure chest filled with historical and artistic jewels. The chapel was built between 1473 and 1481, named after Pope Sixtus IV, and is a symbol of the artistic and architectural brilliance of the Renaissance era. The Sistine Chapel is not just important because it's where new popes are chosen, it's also an architectural wonder. The simple exterior hides the artistic riches inside. The design of the chapel is based on the dimensions of the Temple of Solomon from the Old Testament, showing its sacred importance. Inside the chapel, you'll find artwork by some of the greatest artists of the time, like Botticelli and Perugino. But it's Michelangelo's work on the ceiling, especially The Creation of Adam, that really stands out. This single painting captures a divine moment, making it different from the rest. The Creation of Adam is a piece of art that fits perfectly with the spiritual atmosphere of the chapel. Its place in the Sistine Chapel adds to its charm, making it a key part of the chapel's artistic history. But what's the story behind this masterpiece, and how did he bring it to life on the chapel ceiling? Let's take a look on the history of the Creation of Adam. This was during the Renaissance, a period of great artistic and intellectual awakening, and Michelangelo was a leading figure in this movement. The original plan was to depict the 12 apostles, but Michelangelo had a different, more complex idea. He decided to illustrate scenes from the book of Genesis, including the creation of man, the fall of man, the promise of salvation through the prophets, and the genealogy of Christ. This ambitious project was part of a larger scheme of decoration within the chapel that represented much of the doctrine of the Catholic Church. Michelangelo chose to depict the moment when God breathed life into Adam, the first man. This scene was painted with such clarity and detail that it seemed to come alive on the chapel's ceiling. The painting was met with awe and admiration by both contemporaries and the church. It wasn't just the artistic brilliance of the painting that was admired, but also its theological depth. Michelangelo had managed to infuse the painting with layers of meaning, making it a subject of study and interpretation for centuries to come. As we look back at the history of this masterpiece, we are left with a sense of wonder. How did Michelangelo bring this biblical narrative to life on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel? In 1508, Michelangelo started the immense task of painting the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. He had a complex plan in mind, one that would eventually include over 300 figures. At the center of the ceiling, he painted 9 episodes from the book of Genesis. These episodes fell into 3 groups: God's creation of the earth, God's creation of humankind, and their fall from God's grace, and the state of humanity as represented by Noah and his family. Michelangelo worked meticulously and innovatively. He used the fresco technique, painting on wet plaster. This method required him to work quickly before the plaster dried. He had to lie on his back for hours on a scaffold, risking paint dropping into his eyes. Even with these challenges, Michelangelo's artistic genius was clear. He painted figures that were full of life and emotion. His deep understanding of human anatomy showed in the realistic portrayal of the human form, bringing the scenes on the ceiling to life. After 4 years of hard work, Michelangelo completed the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in 1512. The result was a masterpiece that has had a lasting impact on the world of art. The creation of Adam, along with the other scenes from the Book of Genesis, continues to awe and inspire to this day. Now that Michelangelo had completed the painting, he left us with a work of art that is not only visually stunning, but also rich in symbolism and meaning. Let's analyze the creation of Adam. What hidden meanings and symbols did Michelangelo incorporate into his work? But before that, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on any of our future videos. Now, let's continue with the creation of Adam. Michelangelo's masterpiece is not just a visual treat, but a treasure trove of symbolism and hidden meanings. Michelangelo painted the creation of Adam with a level of detail that brings the scene to life. The most direct interpretation of the painting is the moment when God created human life, as described in the Book of Genesis. Michelangelo depicted this moment with God reaching out and touching Adam's finger, creating the first spark of life. However, many have looked deeper into the composition and found additional layers of meaning. One such interpretation is that the shape of the drapery and angels surrounding God resembles that of a human brain. The correlation suggests that Michelangelo was not just depicting the creation of human life, but also the gift of intellect. It's as if Michelangelo was saying that God was bestowing upon Adam and all of mankind the gift of artistic and academic ability. Another interpretation focuses on the shape created by God and the angels, which resembles a womb and placenta. This suggests that Adam was not just created by God, but given birth to. This interpretation points towards a growing awareness of science and anatomical understanding during the Renaissance. Interestingly, Michelangelo also highlights the importance of women in the creation process. God's arm encircles a prominent female character, suggesting a motherly role in creation. This could be Michelangelo's way of acknowledging the vital role of women in the biblical story of creation. This masterpiece has a permanent mark on the world of art. Its impact is seen in the countless imitations and parodies it has inspired, making it one of the most replicated religious paintings of all time. The painting has also played a scientific role in shaping the perception of the biblical story of creation. The vivid depiction of God giving life to Adam has become an iconic representation of the Genesis narrative. This has influenced how generations of people visualize and understand this pivotal moment in the Bible. The creation of Adam has also been a source of inspiration for many artists who came after Michelangelo. The painting's innovative composition, the dynamic interaction between the figures, and the masterful depiction of the human form have served as a benchmark for artistic excellence. Artists have studied and emulated Michelangelo's techniques, and the painting's influence can be seen in numerous works that followed. In conclusion, the creation of Adam is not just a painting. It is a cultural icon that has shaped our understanding of art, religion, and humanity. Its legacy continues to resonate, reminding us of the enduring power of creativity and the human spirit. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of art history. We hope you've enjoyed this exploration of the creation of Adam as much as we have. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep appreciating the beauty of art.